we had 2 releases this year. We did Don't Think About It. Hey,
Why are you laughing? Why are you cracking up over that?
Get ready. It's time. Christina, Katherine, Lisa, Amy, and Lauren. Welcome to the Cimorelli podcast.
Hey, I'm Christina.
I'm Katherine.
I'm Amy.
I'm Lauren.
And we're Cimorelli. Welcome back to
The
Cimorelli podcast.
Hey guys. So welcome back. I'm scared of Christina. Your face. I just jumped the gun. I get excited. I'm like, oh, I'm introing. I gotta get locked and loaded. And then it's her. So I gotta remember that. I come in after her. But anyway, welcome back.
What's the app?
Today's episode, thank you, Lauren, keeps you on the right track, is episode 238. We're going to be doing Gilmore Girls year in review. No, I'm kidding.
What?
A year in review.
Wait, I don't
Gilmore Girls.
Tell me
They're like the
joke.
title of their Netflix thing is like Gilmore Girls, a year in the life or something.
Oh, okay.
Listen, I
Okay.
just disregard unless you know, you know. But
Oh my
I don't know if
gosh.
anyone knows except for me how my jokes are supposed to land.
Guys, I texted Amy my biggest news for her, which is that I have Hallmark.
What?
You have?
You
I
didn't say
texted
you
you. I
had
said
Hallmark.
Yes, I literally.
No. Wait.
I was wondering why your response
Oh.
was not very dramatic. I thought she's going to be. The
I didn't
biggest
know
response.
that's what you meant.
What did
You-
you say?
Wait,
I
what did you
realized I
say?
have Hallmark.
I thought you said like,
Don't you have Hallmark?
That's what I no. Just so she knows someone else has Hallmark.
wait, like the channel?
Oh.
Yes, the channel.
Yes. That's what you were
Doesn't
saying.
anyone with a smart TV
Trying to
could
find it.
have Hallmark?
Yes, but I didn't
But
realize that's what
why
she meant.
Would I?
I
have it?
love it.
I guess.
Well, if you
Nick
have,
is up
like,
to something.
Cable or whatever or something.
Wait, don't you have to pay for it?
You can
though? Like
sign
a
in.
subscription?
Yes, I have to pay for it. I said, "Oh my gosh, I have Hallmark," and you said, "Slay."
I didn't
And I
know
was
what
like,
you
why
meant.
is she not freaking out?
I was like,
What did you think I
are
meant?
you going to watch it?
Maybe.
You would like those.
So that's why I
Yeah.
was going to ask you. Tell me what's a good one.
Oh, okay. I need to see which like,
Oh, what
your
about,
setup is, 'cause
Hot
there's different
Frosty?
ones. That is Netflix, Katherine. Hallmark is not the same on every place. So like Hallmark streaming on Peacock is different because they
What?
have different movies on there.
Mine's on. Mine is like literally YouTube TV. So it's like what's on TV.
Oh, that's
What's on
like
the
live
channel?
Hallmark.
Whoa.
I like
They're
it.
showing like a ton of
She has
movies.
live
They're like, this
Hallmark.
new movie's coming. This new
Yes,
movie's coming.
it's good. Then
So I
some of the
can-
recent ones were actually pretty good.
I can record them.
There's
That's how
some
it
pretty
works.
good ones. I will say. I've been watching them like no other.
Okay,
I watched the dog sledding one yesterday.
when you watch a really good one, you text
I'll text you.
me because there are no good Christmas movies.
You need to watch the new
No.
Lindsay Lohan one.
Yes,
There are
that one's good.
No,
The new Lindsay Lohan one is good.
It is so, and I am not like you because if I sit here and try to watch one of these bad ones, it's so painful to me. I can't enjoy it. I wish I could enjoy it, but when I try to watch these bad Christmas movies,
They
I
gotta have
can't.
some specs.
I can't enjoy it. It's
Some
boring.
spark.
It's
Yeah.
just too boring. There's no good Christmas movies.
Yeah.
I mean, besides ones that have already been made, like nowadays, everyone's turning out like 10 million movies a year, and they're all horrible, and they're not even Christmassy.
Yes.
They don't feel very Christmassy, even though they have Christmas stuff. They don't feel Christmassy at all. That's my problem with that.
Yikes.
Okay, anyway, let's go to our highs and lows of the week. Oh, first of all, no, yes, no. Let's go to our highs and lows. Start there. Okay, go.
Okay.
Highs and lows.
Let's see. My high was that it snowed yesterday,
That was
and
so
I had a
fun.
Christmas tree up, and I watched a Hallmark while it was snowing, and I had a Christmas tree, and it just really hit. It hit,
Oh.
and then
That was magical.
Oh,
It was
Just
magical.
the quietest response. Oh.
I'm trying to think of a good low.
Okay.
I feel like I definitely probably cried at one point, but I don't know what.
Your low of the week.
You
Think of-
cried yesterday
Didn't I?
on our Zoom.
Oh yeah, I did.
Oh, your low is that you were overwhelmed.
I was stressed.
Mm.
Yes. Oh yeah. That was a good one.
You were so overwhelmed.
Well,
and
because
stressed.
we have like 50 TikToks, and I had to organize all of them, like genuinely 50 probably. And I was
You're
like,
I can't organize.
I got to
these.
organize these, and then I got to get them approved. And I was like, I can't post 50 in one day.
Yeah.
Oh
So it's
my
okay. I can just
gosh.
prioritize.
Love
So that was
priorities.
good. That was good.
Okay, my high is that I had such a productive, energetic week and did so much. I did more this week, Christmas wise, than I did last year for sure.
Wow.
And it was magical.
In 1 week. I love that for
Oh,
you.
yeah.
I feel
It
like
was
this is who you're meant
fun.
to be.
It was magical. It was fun. It was great. And then I took the kids to the grocery store, and then we came out and it was snowing. And we were running, screaming to the car while it was snowing on us. It was so fun.
Those snowflakes were huge. They
It
were like
was
giant
so
flurries.
fun for them to look up and see all the snow. They were freaking out. So it was super
I
fun.
love that.
So that was awesome. Except for now, every day, Barrett's upset when he wakes up because he goes, "Did Santa bring presents?" I'm like,
Oh my
"No,
gosh."
Barrett. I told you every day." And then he's like, "Why?" And then he's like really mad in the morning. He's like, "I wanted presents." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I can't
It's
get
like
it through his head."
51st dates where she wakes up and can't remember the day before.
Yeah, he cannot understand that. So that was my high. My low was I've been having like a low a couple weeks, but I just got out of it actually. So it was like the same kind of low where it's like just feeling like, what am I doing? Who am I? Not really who am I. It wasn't that. It was, what am I doing? Am I even on the right path? Am I doing anything right? And then I was like, okay. I got out of that and I feel really good now.
Love it.
So that was a low because I was feeling really like down on myself and just like, nothing's going how I want to. And then I was like, wait, actually, a lot of things are going really well. So low turned high.
My low was a crash of sorts mentally.
Not the crash.
Yeah, I just like went down for a bit. But then you know what I did?
What did you do?
said I will drag my corpse around all day and do something helpful for myself all day.
Good for
I
you.
don't care. I don't want to do anything. I don't care how I feel. I will drag my corpse around all day. And I did
love
that on Sunday because I was like, I'm sick of you. I'm sick of you. And lo and behold, turn myself around. Did the
Boom.
hokey
There you go.
pokey.
Lauren, I saw a craft you need to do.
What?
It's like miniature Christmas city
Miniature.
in yes in a like record player thing,
Oh.
like an old thing.
I
Cute.
still haven't finished my other miniature.
Yes. But this way, I feel like would give you more of an inspiration because it's like,
yeah, that
and you
could
can
be fun.
pack it up easily and put it away and like
Mm.
make like these like cool settings in these like little like suitcases or record players
That's
and like that.
cute.
It was so cool.
Yeah, I should do that. And then my high then is that I started waking up early again
Oh.
Love
today and
Nature is
yesterday.
healing.
I like, I was sick for a bit and this and that, and then I crashed mentally, and now I'm like, okay, back on my grind the way it was meant to be.
I love it.
I was up and outside when it was 22 degrees this
Wow.
Oh
morning,
my
good
gosh,
for you.
me too.
and there was snow on
It
the
was
roof.
exhilarating.
It was too cold. I was actually
It was
miserable.
really-
yeah.
I was like,
It was really cool.
but it was still good.
I was
to
good.
do.
You need to get one of the things that goes over your face.
Yes, because that was the problem. I was fine, but
Yeah.
my face was frozen.
You just need to get one of those, and then
Mm.
you're good to go.
Okay. You
That's all
put
you need.
like a ski mask on?
I have one. I did in our old house, but I haven't needed one since postpartum. I don't get very cold anymore.
How do you breathe? Do those have like nose
and
holes?
like it needs to like go down my neck.
Yeah, it
too.
goes from
Yeah.
the neck all the way up.
Okay.
They make
Oh,
ones that
I
look
take
more like a scarf
and I like put it around
that aren't as
and then you
like,
pull your beanie
bank
down,
robber
and it's,
vibes.
yeah.
Mine's kind of bank robber vibes, but it's like light gray. So
Ah,
Barrett has one
Okay.
too. He loves it
Cute. Yeah, I
That's
should
what
get
you
that
need.
because I'm like I need to do
because
my
it's
morning
exhilarating going out in winter. I just realized I'm having a winter awakening. I was realizing how creative winter is, which I didn't realize.
Mm.
I was like, writing in the winter
Wait,
is so
I
fun.
agree.
Driving around, listening to songs in the
Oh.
winter is so fun. Going on walks in the winter is
I
so
agree.
fun. It has like this amazing, like crisp energy.
It's
Like
kind of
when
like
you're
a
out-
blank
sunny
canvas.
and really cold. It's
It's
like
so
yeah,
awesome.
I like
There's
that.
something about it that's just different.
I think
don't
it's
know.
once you have the right like clothing to wear, the thing to like keep
Yeah.
All
you
you have to
warm
do is
or
bundle
whatever.
up.
Yeah.
Nothing will
Then
stop
you have that freedom to like leave your house and live your life.
true.
That's
And
so
it
true.
like actually really does help with seasonal depression.
Yeah,
I
it was
agree.
great.
All right. Well, that was me.
Kathy Lee?
My low is that it's kind of hormonal related. All the girls who get it. I'm I'm starting the process of like weaning my son from breastfeeding. Well, he's kind of weaning himself. That's really the inspiration. I wanted to go longer. He was refusing to nurse for almost a month now. So I'm like, all right, this is the time. So yeah, it's been I've been slowly cutting down the feedings for like a month. Well, he's been cutting down the
Does he
feedings
have
for
food
like a
now?
month.
Right?
Yeah, he's having solids.
Oh.
Which
Does
is
he like food?
not really.
How old is he?
He's 8 months.
Oh, okay. So he's like getting there.
Yeah, every time he eats something, he goes. He gets like this. Even things like applesauce or like yogurt that you think he would like, he's just like. Bleh.
So he's not there yet.
Actually, the first thing that he actually liked was I held up a piece of frozen mango. I held it the whole time, like I didn't put it in his mouth, and he was just licking it, and he like would not stop. So I think that's the first thing he's actually.
I get you.
Yeah, last night frozen mango is like my favorite thing.
That's
right
one
now.
of my biggest pregnancy foods with Tristan. I couldn't stop eating it.
It's so good.
I feel
Yeah.
like eating frozen fruits is hard because they're so
No,
cold.
seriously, try frozen mango. Give it a chance.
Okay.
You'll never.
Guys,
turn
I'm
back.
obsessed with mango. That's got to be my favorite fruit. So good. Anyway, I literally eat dried mango. I have some in my bag right now, like every day. Yeah. So anyway, I'm starting the process of that. It's earlier than I wanted to be, so I'm kind of sad about it. But it's also been very stressful trying to force him to nurse when the twins are running amok.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like, okay, maybe this is better for everyone. But yeah, I looked it up yesterday because I was like, can weaning cause severe exhaustion? Because out of nowhere, the last week, I've been feeling like, I was just like, I feel like I'm going to fall asleep. Like I feel like I'm not pregnant. First trimester pregnancy, tired. And I was just like foggy and tired and draggy. And so I was researching which some people are gonna be like, why are you talking about this? Who cares? But like, I don't know. I think it's
No.
interesting. Your hormones completely shift when you wean, like dramatically.
Yeah, they do.
And your progesterone, which has been suppressed the entire time, starts to dramatically rise, which is the same thing you experience right before your period. So
it made me kind of depressed and a little anxious both times when I weaned.
I would say I don't feel the depression. I didn't feel that either time, but I feel extremely unmotivated. Like I feel like
It's
just
like,
very blah. Like I have this whole list of things to. I mean, it's literally December. It's Christmas time. Like I got to do a lot of stuff. I have this huge list, and I'll be sitting there at night, and I'm like, I don't want to do anything. I'm too tired. I'm just like blah.
Yeah.
So it's not like a sad or hopeless feeling. It's more of just like a blah feeling, and just feeling
Yeah.
like very very exhausted.
That's how I
Um,
feel in the December time. Normally, just not this time.
Yeah.
When
But-
I'm like postpartum December, it is kind of hard.
Yeah, it is. It's hard. I will say though, it's later postpartum, which I definitely prefer to early.
Yeah, that's
So-
definitely better than being like 3 or 4 months.
And
postpartum.
he's been kind of pseudo like slowly weaning for like a month now, so I feel like it's sort of a gradual. But this week, just the exhaustion has really taken me out. So I'm trying to like just continue to do things even though I'm like very tired.
Yeah, and doesn't it feel like you're just dragging your corpse around?
Yes,
It's like, gotta
I
do
feel
it.
that. Yeah, but I do feel better. So I made a goal to go to the gym and do a bike ride yesterday, even though it was
Okay,
literally
girl.
snowing and
Were
dark,
you singing
and I was like,
Wicked?
oh, no, that was my real. Last week I did a bike
So
ride in like the wild.
Oh, they know. The
yeah,
viewers
yeah.
know.
I told you guys, and I sang Wicked. No, I didn't sing Wicked because all these people were there, and I was like, get out of
Lame.
here. I
She's
wanted.
like, I'm trying to sing Wicked.
I literally came right
Get
during
out of
dinner
here.
time because I didn't want anyone to be there, and there was all these people there. I
Wait,
was
at
like,
the gym?
don't look at me. I don't know you.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
hate that.
I don't know. You know, like when you're doing something, I realized I was so nervous because I haven't rode one of the like exercise bikes in a long time.
Yeah.
And I'm doing a
Might fall
triathlon,
off.
so I was just preparing for that. And Max told me,
Might fall
Max was
off.
like, I was like, yeah,
you
the bike was
nervous
kind of
about?
weird. Like it's one of those ones where you're like leaning back and your legs are kind of up. And he's like, Kat, that's one of the like ADA compliant. Like those are for like,
Wait,
those are for like,
you need to go with him.
I know. I was like, can you please take me? And well, there was a guy who was like my age who did not seem like senior citizen who was doing the bike
You need
over.
to go with him and just do like a general overview of everything.
I
and they don't know
know.
what's
I was
going
like,
on.
I need my personal trainer husband to show me what to do. I was going to see if he can come with me because, yeah, I realized I did the wrong type of bike. But I did it. And then I came out and I felt way better. And it was snowing.
That's great.
and I was
love that.
like, slow clap for me.
Look at
I
you
love
it. Clap.
putting yourself
I did it.
out there.
Thank you. That really took everything in me to get my butt out into the winter cold and go and do the bike ride. And then when I was walking out, there was a boxing class going on, and I saw it through the window.
You should do it.
And it wasn't, no offense, not trying to roast anyone, but I have been so turned off by these like kickboxing classes where like people are just like punching the air and there's not really any like, it just doesn't seem like actual boxing.
Just like fitness.
Right.
Yeah.
This was like actual people wearing gloves, punching the heavy bags.
Ooh.
And I was like, I gotta sign up.
Yes,
you
So I'm
did.
gonna do it next week. I'm so excited.
Oh.
I love that for
Yeah.
you.
I already asked Dad if he had extra gloves. So I'm like, I'm gonna do it.
I have gloves.
I have
Oh,
gloves.
me too.
I had gloves. I don't know where they went. I think I got rid of them.
I have some in my car.
I have gloves.
I have them
and
in my
wraps.
garage.
But
I
yeah.
haven't touched them in a long time.
I'm excited.
I love.
Me
You should
neither.
be punching
I
things.
know. I know.
You of all people should be punching things.
I know.
Imagine
Yeah.
letting out this rage
I
with some
know.
punching.
It
Come on.
does feel good.
I know.
It's so good.
I remember letting out my rage many times in boxing when I was a teenager. It was
Same.
good times. So,
we all go.
Yeah.
OMG.
wow.
Okay. So,
OMG.
Looks like we made
we're
it.
gonna get into the main topic first. Let me tell you, Lisa is not here because she's supporting her husband through his cancer treatments. Please keep their whole family in your prayers. She pops in like once a week, every other week to film stuff with us, but we're prioritizing TikTok and our original songs, so that's gets the first priority. Unfortunately, but we get her whenever we can on the 5 Pobs, and we'll get her in here for an episode soon. We'll get her in here. We'll do our best. But that's that, and then I want to say, important note, hello. This is our last episode of the year. So we are going to take off Christmas, New Year's, and then the following week, January 8th, and we'll be back on January 15th. So sorry, guys.
Sorry to say.
Sorry for the break.
You can
Love
go
ya.
into
Gotta eat,
the
you know.
archives and watch old episodes. Maybe that'll help.
And we'll have, if you're on Patreon, we'll have our, we're posting a demo. We have our brand new demo. The song's called Brand New. And we're also going to post a demo for I Love You or whatever. So you have those two and whatever else we can cook up. We'll see. So that's my announcement is that we're doing that break. We'll be back January 15th. So then I guess we're talking about Patreon. If you want to see every full episode, you got to join our Patreon. It's $5 a month. There's different tiers. You get different things like an exclusive live stream with us every month where we play unreleased songs, tell you the secret news we haven't told the public yet, whatever, stuff like that. There's other tiers as well. Just go check it out. There's like a birthday club one. But if you want to support us, that's a great way to support us. We appreciate you guys so much. You are the best. And you get all the full episodes plus everything we've done in the past. We've done a lot of different stuff. Lisa's Wacky Wednesdays. Oh my gosh. And then now these exclusive unreleased demos that we realized there's a lot of stuff we have done. And we'll be like, well, that one's not ready to release, or we don't know when we're going to release it, blah, blah. And sometimes we're like, we don't know if we're ever going to release it, even if it's something that's good and it just doesn't fit with what we're doing right now. So we're like, we can't just keep all that to ourselves. We need to just release it to the patrons. So the patrons are getting exclusive content. We're going to dig around and find some more stuff because we have a lot. Just saying. That's that. All right, let's go to the main topic.
The year in review.
Gilmore
I
Girls,
almost
the year
made
in
a joke
review.
that nobody wanted me to make, so I didn't make it.
Good.
Because we were going to cut it out anyway. Anyway, the year in review.
Yay.
Yay.
Guys, this year has flown by. I don't know what happened.
Amy,
so tell us, Kath.
please. Doesn't everyone say that?
Tell us, Kath.
I don't feel that
No,
way.
this one specifically to me feels like it's
This has been
flown.
quite
This was
the
a
year.
long year.
It's been confusing. Like, I don't
Suffering.
know. I feel like it just started.
No, this
But also,
was-
I don't.
We were saying this is the year of therapy.
And healing.
Giant year of therapy.
Was this?
I would say more suffering than healing, but yeah.
Well, yeah. But a very necessary suffering on the
Would you
path to
say-
healing.
In the name of
Would you say the beginning, first half, or first few thirds or quarters were suffering? And then the last part was really when we got more into the healing.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Yeah.
I would say.
I mean, we've always talked about therapy. We've always done therapy, but I feel like, I don't know, are we all on the same path here that this was the year we did the most like intensive.
me,
But you got back
One-
into it.
100% for me.
I did a ton of EMDR this year,
I have
which I've never
this
done.
much.
Wow, good for you.
I
I did a
I did
lot
a
of
lot
EMDR
of
too.
Yeah, I explored a lot of topics and past things I've never gone into before.
Yeah,
Same.
same.
Wow,
Which was really
I
helpful.
dove deep, opened up.
Yeah, me
Good
too.
for you.
I need a little break.
We are going to get way more into our personal stuff, like how our year was and all that. Like, and like looking into the next year in our next episode in January 15th, for like the beginning of the year, January episode. We're going to go into goals and where we're at and all that. So don't worry. We're going to get into that in that episode. But I will just say that this year, it was very hopeful. Probably the most hopeful year I've had in a really long time. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Yes. This was the year, like the resilience that I was like really cultivating last year. It really paid off this year. And I am at a way different place than I was last year, which is what I love. I hate it when you get to the end of the year and you're like, oh my gosh. That
You're
almost
like,
never happens
I'm
to me.
still the same.
You're
But
like,
everything
I'm-
has changed.
No, you're like, I have barely moved at all. Like from where I was. Like I'm kind of in the same
Yep.
place mentally. Not much has changed. You're like, I
Yeah.
kind of got into a rut, and every week, that's why when you look at things day by day or week by week, it's way more helpful. Like this week, what the heck am I doing? You know? But I will say that, and then we'll jump into this. I will say that is so frustrating at the end of the year when you're like that. And this year is very satisfying. Because I'm like, wow, this is not the same woman from a year ago.
Same.
This is
Yeah.
not the same at all.
Absolutely not.
Which
Wait,
is
is this the
great.
year we found our color seasons?
That was
Wow.
last year. But this is the year we lived out our color season.
I praise.
That's so funny.
Thank
That
you for that
changed
blessing.
my whole life.
Mine too, actually.
That made my life so much better and
It
easier.
literally did change a lot. I know that sounds superficial, but it did.
It just made life so much easier because then you're like, why do I look? You're not like, why do I look butt ugly? You're like, oh, that color makes me look dead. It's not my fault. It's great. Especially when you're postpartum and then you're like, why does everything look butt ugly? And then you realize you're exclusively wearing
Black.
winter colors.
Oh, that's not right.
And you're not a winter. You're
Yeah,
spring.
that's
Okay,
tough.
so the year in review. This is the biggest behind the scenes year for us.
Yeah.
I feel like I erased it from my memory. What happened? So
Well,
I'm excited
I
to
feel like
learn.
refresh your memory.
What they see versus what we've done,
I know. I feel like we did a lot, but yeah, maybe,
they're not going to have seen until 2025 how much we have done.
Yeah.
Because so much of it
No,
was
yeah.
done
Well,
in
we
those.
also did a lot though. Like that's a big.
Okay,
pretty
let's
big
see it.
list.
So,
Okay,
we did
so
categories.
as she kind of mentioned, we're going more into personal life in the other one, so we're just gonna very briefly touch on that. And most of this is more what we did in our career and like kind of how things went for us with Cimorelli. Okay, the first big life update, which is very obvious, is that I had a baby, a child.
in March.
In March, I had
Great
my
work.
third son, Asa.
On Easter.
Thank you. On Easter.
That
Yes.
is so
And she
Catherine.
kept
Really
saying
special.
she wanted that. So that was pretty crazy.
Yeah, that was because I was due like 3 days before Easter, which Holy Week is my favorite week of the year. I love it, and I was so happy to be due then anyway. Thought that was so special, and it was like I got to go through the entire Easter, like Holy Thursday, Good Friday, Holy Saturday, and then have him on Easter.
That was
really
pretty
special.
triumphant because you had a pregnancy without preeclampsia.
Yeah, and that was a
huge
very
goal.
like I would say easy pregnancy, which
That-
is
that was a
crazy.
huge
It
goal for
seemed
you.
easy,
Yeah.
like from the outside, you weren't
The
like
pregnancy was
Yeah.
pretty
saying you had a
redemptive
lot of really
compared to
bad-
twins.
The pregnancy was very redemptive. One of my friends just found out she's having twins, and I was talking with her.
what?
And you don't know her.
Oh.
It's a friend. Yeah. And yeah, I was like, who? No. And I was
nosy.
like, wow, this brings back the memories. I came so far. Like, yeah, I feel like it's weird because Asa's, I feel like with all three of my boys, the names kind of just came to us, and it was like just this feeling of like, okay, this is meant to be their name. And Asa's name means healer. And I feel like, oh my gosh, I want to cry.
and his
Asa,
personality, now that you know
he
it,
is literally
he's a joy.
an angel.
Just
He's
pure
this, like, I
joy.
feel like everyone thinks that about their child, but like this child
no,
is
I
like
didn't really think that.
he is sweet. He's so smiley. Like, I mean, literally every time I
He's
go
just
to
a
his
joy.
crib to pick him up, he just big smile, so happy, kicking his legs. He loves his brothers. He's like, he loves me, loves his dad. Like he like jumps into our arms. Like He's just like a sweet bundle of love, like a loving, sweet sunshine child. And I'm like, I literally every night when I'm holding him, I say, God, I'm so lucky that I get to be this child's mother. Like, wow, thank you. I just feel so much gratitude and I love him so much. Oh, and I was so nervous about transitioning into having 3 kids, and it's been very difficult, but I also feel like just what a gift. Like, I feel so grateful. Even like it's the hardest thing and the
I know
best
you
thing.
have so many children.
I know,
Even
and
though
it's
you have
sweet.
3 kids now, I would say from the outside, comparing you now versus you with the twins postpartum,
Oh my gosh.
right now with 3 kids, like it's hard, but it doesn't look like.
But it
You're not
got
as, like,
easy so much
scrambling.
quicker.
yeah, it
yeah.
didn't look as hard as that.
Yeah, my experience having twins versus twins, it's a full year of absolute mental rigor and just a blur. And with one baby, I would say it's 6 months. And after 6 months, at least for me, the second 6
When
months,
you have a
I'm kind of
joy.
like, okay, we got this. Let's do it. So, yeah, that was definitely my biggest change this
And you
year.
had an unmedicated birth.
And I had
which
an
is-
unmedicated
not
birth,
like
yeah.
everyone experiences. That's
that was definitely a
feat.
milestone for sure.
Good
Yeah.
for you.
pretty
So,
cool experience.
It was,
Okay.
that was a milestone year. Wow. Good for me.
That was
Love that.
great, Kath.
So, yeah, that is our
That's our biggest life
son.
update. We don't really.
Yeah, like we said, a lot of our
This wasn't
personal
like
stuff was
Engaged,
interior.
pregnant, birth. This wasn't like a ton of
Yeah.
married, blah blah blah. I don't know whatever.
outer
else that-
milestones. It was a lot
This
of inner
was
milestones.
Healing and healing and healing.
Yeah.
Mental work.
It was great, I will say.
Mhm.
Painful and great. Actually,
Yeah.
for me, the healing journey was not really that painful compared to the not healing journey. The not healing, living my life, avoiding healing was so much worse than my healing journey, which has been painful because I waited until I got into a really, really bad place. So it was so bad that I was like, this is better.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, that's
So
one
actually, my
way.
healing journey hasn't actually been that much suffering because it was so much suffering before.
And I will say, I know we mentioned this in one of the episodes recently, but like for Lisa not being here, it's really cool that like she and her husband and their family, they get to end the year on like a high note of having this really positive update with his cancer journey. Like I feel like, I mean, they've been through a lot this year with that whole journey.
Lisa has
And they're
been
ending it.
through it.
Yeah, she's been through it, but they're ending it on this high note, which is such a cool way
Yes,
to
they
like
get to have this great
come to
Christmas
the end of the
season
year.
in
Like
that
I'm so
way.
happy for
Yeah, I
them.
love it.
So, okay, our next one is Christina got highlights, which she has never done
That's her.
before, right?
That's like our only thing.
That was my.
I mean,
Yeah,
that was
how
the
is it,
risk
Chris?
for you.
How did it feel to change your hair so different?
That was January of 2024.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Are you gonna like?
okay.
Are you
I'm
gonna like
never-
keep doing them?
I'm never doing it again. It was fine. I just don't. I can't do it.
Okay.
Too much.
I feel that.
And my hair is hanging on by a thread because of that. It's hanging on by a thread. It's there, but it's hanging on by a thread.
I see.
It's just not made for it. It's not. I don't have the thick hair. I can't do it.
Bleach really is.
And she didn't even do that crazy, and it wasn't like that damaging, but it's already hanging on by a thread. We're just gonna nurture it. And I like my natural color. It has dimension, whatever. So I like it. I think it was great. But if it wasn't so hard on my hair, might do it again. But yeah, I just don't really actually care that much. So I will not be
Yeah.
doing it again. But it was fun while it lasted.
Love it.
Maybe
yeah.
I do not see it happening. The only thing that might ever happen again is if I just did the front really blonde in like an artistic way, because then I wouldn't be losing all the rest of it. That's the only thing I might potentially
Oh, I
do.
like that.
Not really blonde like platinum. That would be really bad on me.
Yeah.
Like golden.
Yeah.
But it'd have to be artistic. It would just be
I love it.
in an artistic way.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I might.
I would also like to point out something that I don't think has happened I don't know when this started, but all of us have our natural hair colors right now, right?
Basically.
Or a natural that's not
Mine
like
is like close to my natural.
yeah, which is
This is mine.
that hasn't happened in a while. There's been at least one of us with some
This is
like
a year of growing out.
yeah,
You can't really even tell.
yeah,
Well,
just
you
barely
can.
ever so slightly.
She
there.
did such a good job.
Ugh,
Okay.
love her.
Next.
This was a very big year for us for merch. We did a lot of cool pieces and
Oh,
different
yeah.
like merch weeks. So obviously we had 2 merch weeks this year, which we've done this golden
Oh,
ticket
yes.
week for like what, the last 3 or 4 years?
Something like that.
6 years? Whoa. We also did, which we'll come back to this later, but we also did an entire line for 15 years of Cimorelli. So we had the tee, the crew neck, the zip up, the album tee, and the scrapbook, which I guess we could talk about the scrapbook since we're in the merch category. If you don't know, we did a 15 years of Cimorelli scrapbook, which shout out to our mom. This was originally her idea. And she's like, you guys have to do it for 15 years. So we put our all into it. And it took a long time, but we collabed. It was me, Lauren, Amy, Ariel, my mom, went through hours and hours of photos.
I didn't go through any pictures.
I did.
Okay, well, okay, but I'm saying like as a collective whole, we went through photos. We created a timeline of like everything that's happened over the last 15 years, which is crazy. And had like
it is so cool.
tour pages, a page for every year of Cimorelli and like photos from that year. There's all these fan pages with photos that you guys sent in. It's really special. Definitely check that out if you guys just want like a really special memento from us. We just restocked it because it sold out like in less than a week, which is kind of crazy. So that 15 years
I'm
of
so
scrapbook.
excited to have that for my children and like
Yes!
future grandchildren and whatnot, because you can look through and see, like they could be like, oh, this is my
So
mom's
much.
career, and they can look through and just see it on the pages.
I know, it's literally our career
It's
condensed
so cool
in a book,
to have it in
which
like,
is crazy.
a physical form. So I'm so happy with how it turned out.
Yeah, and that was like an emotional moment for me going through. I was like researching on the internet and then like writing out a list of like our milestones by year. And I was like, I feel like I don't give myself enough credit of how much we've done over the last 15 years. Like how many countries, how many albums, how many tours, like singles, festivals, so many cool things. Like, wow, that was really cool to reflect on that. That was probably one of the biggest milestones of this year, is that we celebrated 15 years of Cimorelli in August, which we'll come back to the video of that in a different category. Now we're going into YouTube. I don't know how much of these we really need to comment on. Just like some really cool covers that we did this year, collaborations. We did Flowers by Miley Cyrus. Beautiful Things, Benson Boone. We did a studio tour. We did a collaboration. I was on maternity leave. They did a collaboration with Tara Simon,
That was so
which was
fun.
really good. I'm so mad that you guys did one of my all-time favorite songs. That's the thing about praise, without me. But it was great and awesome. And then We Can't Be Friends. We did 5 or Sisters Sing or 5 ways. We Can't Be Friends.
Sisters Sing.
Wait.
Five
Sisters.
different
It says
ways.
5 ways.
Have
It
you
says
seen
We
that
Can't Be
video?
Friends 5 ways. I have seen it. I just don't know what the title was.
Sisters sing, we can't be friends.
Okay,
5
okay.
different
But this
ways.
was
yeah, that's all.
Okay,
Yeah.
redo that, editor. Sorry. Okay.
We don't need to redo
Well,
it.
I feel like
Keep
I said
that
it
in,
wrong.
editor.
Okay, fine. Keep it in. We Can't Be Friends 5 ways went viral on TikTok.
Oh.
Which is pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
How many
it
views
has,
did it
like,
get?
5 million views.
Wow.
I am shook that 15 years later, we can't stop going viral. It is
What can
weird.
you do?
I will say, our TikTok
Wow.
we have something that's getting 1 million plus views every like few weeks or a month, whatever. Never stops.
Amy's handwriting's going viral.
Never stops.
Okay, we have 2 more, and then we'll end on a bang here. So we did most recently Sisters Sing I Love You, I'm Sorry by Gracie Abrams.
Good one.
And then, this isn't chronological, but I'll just end on, we did a 15 years of Cimorelli video.
Oh yeah. That
What?
was quite the undertaking.
It
Nah, it was such an undertaking. We like crashed after that video.
I was so stressed about that because I wanted it to be so good and to like really like hit. And we put so much time and effort into that. It just meant so much. I'm like, every section has to be perfect. And then it turned out
People loved
Turned
it.
out really good.
exactly what we were hoping for. So it turned out amazing. It was worth it, but it was a lot of effort. I love how it turned out, though.
It was really good.
I'm very proud of that one.
Mm-hmm.
I think that and Beautiful Things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think those are my 2 faves of the year. I mean, there's not that many. We pulled back. We'll get into that in a
Okay.
second.
I'm going to jump to Sim Kids. We'll end with originals. So we did a lot of Sim Kids songs this year, which seems crazy because I feel like we had a lot of other things going on too. We did a lot of Sim Kids. We did. So if you have kids, check out our Sim Kids channel.
Yeah, it was crazy.
We did a lot.
Recording every single
Bingo,
track.
Old MacDonald, Twinkle Twinkle, Disney Medley, Once I Caught a Fish Alive, Head, Shoulders, Knees, and Toes, Disney Princess Medley, Happy and You Know It, Race Car. That was our first collaboration we've done on the Sim Kids channel with our brother-in-law / Lisa's husband, Chad from Newfound Glory. And then we did the Animal Freeze Dance, Trick or Treat, Baby Shark Acoustic, Deck the Halls, 12 Days of Christmas, and 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. That's a lot, guys.
That is
Jeez.
a lot.
It's prolific.
I know. I always forget that we do that, and then I'm like, oh yeah.
I would say
do.
that's the number one like real life comment I get from people is, "Oh, my kids love Sim Kids." People say that to me all the time, like people that I know in real life. Maybe because I'm in the mom era, you know.
Probably. Yeah.
Have gotten that one.
All right, guys, let's end on a high note with original music. So we had 2 releases this year. We did "Don't Think About It." Hey,
Why are you laughing? Why are you cracking up over that?
We had 2 releases.
but listen, I'm about to couch it. Let me couch it. We had 2 releases this year. Don't say anything. Don't react. Don't think about it. Waste your time. And we spent many weeks. We started with 6, and it expanded longer into working on our album and made a ton of progress on our album.
I'm laughing because we were like, oh, we're gonna release a bunch of stuff this year, which I understand why we didn't end up doing that. It's
Yes,
just
yes,
funny
yes.
because we said we are gonna do that,
Yeah.
but you know, things change.
Is that what we said at the beginning?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We said that many times.
So let me say what happened. Here's what happened. So just hear me out. So we started
Hear
out,
her
we're
out.
like, all right, let's release songs, right?
Yeah, we're like, boom, boom.
But
boom.
then I refused to put much time into writing anything. I was like, oh, we have to do this, we have to do that, we have to do this, we have to do that, whatever. I was trying to do all our normal stuff and just keep it rolling. And then we're like, okay, what do we release? And then it was like, don't think about it.
Which was
And I was like, oh, write the
great.
song, waste your time. And then I don't know what happened at that point. We didn't know we had a problem then. We had a problem. Mostly I had a problem. That was the problem was we didn't know we had a problem. So we're like, we're going to release music. But then we had a major problem, a mental problem. We, particularly me, but I
Okay.
don't know how much everyone had this problem. We're just like locked up in different ways and didn't realize it.
I think we were just very spread. Like I feel like our attention, that's kind of been our thing for the last few years. It's like been spread in so many different directions between YouTube, TikTok, Sim Kids, podcasts, that it was like the original music was just kind of one small piece of a big pie, and it wasn't getting like the proper. Basically, okay, here's the analogy I think of. It's like we said we wanted to start a garden, but we had, which obviously we've made gardens in the past, but they all died because winter. But I'm saying other albums. We had other gardens.
Okay.
We wanted to start a garden. At the beginning of the year, we were like, we are starting a garden. So this year we went out, we bought our soil, we bought our seeds, we bought, watering can, gloves, supplies, and we planted a lot of seeds this year of songs that are growing, but they haven't actually fully like sprouted yet.
So
Yeah.
here was the problem. I didn't realize I was only buying one kind of seeds before. I was
Mhm.
like, oh, I can only buy.
Or you were only
roses.
watering certain seeds.
Yeah, I was
Got 'em.
completely ignoring.
and you're like, why does the seed keep dying?
every other category. And then Lauren pointed that out, like, why don't you write about anything else in your life? You have so much to write about. And then that was a huge
unlocked.
awakening of like, wait a minute, we need to write about, I don't even know how to put it all into words, but it was like, I was like trapped. We were trapped in like one mode, and we're in a new era of life right now. We're in a very different place. We were
Mhm.
trapped in our like 20s, teens place, because that's where we were when we were writing all this stuff. And then we had to like mature, grow, and come into this new place.
And like intentionally do
It
it,
was
though.
very
instead of just kind
intentionally.
of like autopilot. Okay, well, what do we do before? It's like we had to like rethink.
Yes.
Yeah.
I started listening to tons of new music I'd never listened to before. We started talking about all these different things, and that was very hard. That was so hard. It was like really challenging because I kept feeling I was failing because I was trying something new. So I was trying to write all these new things, and I was just like, I don't like, this is not like my specialty. I don't know what I'm
Comfort
doing,
zone.
but I want to write something different. You guys haven't seen the full vision yet, but you'll see it when it comes out 2025. You'll really see the vision. You're seeing parts of it, but this is a whole new wave. It's very different. We just hadn't tapped into this before. It was like, now I'm learning so much about your brain. It's like my brain was associating songwriting with only like romantic songs, basically. And that's like a real thing that's happening in my brain. Like that's what you write about. That's what you write about. When I tried, and this is a big part of my problems that I'm going through in therapy. when I would try to express other things or like be vulnerable about other topics in life, I literally couldn't. I would freeze up. That's a big thing I've been working on in therapy, just being so frozen. I would just freeze up and I would have no inspiration. I wouldn't be able to write it down. I wouldn't be able to sing about it. I would feel too vulnerable and too uncomfortable, and I literally couldn't do it. So we've been working on actually writing about different things and different things about life and just all sorts of things that we're going through. And now this is what we're writing is like a reflection of us right now. Because the things I've been writing weren't really a reflection of me in this time.
Yeah, and
is
also something that we've never done before is we've never done an entire album that we have like produced all ourselves basically. And now like we've kind of changed, like we have some more like a few people working with us on it. But before we had other people producing, and that's a lot of man hours that we didn't have to take on before. So we have like so much and so we're producing this music, but then we're also, as you heard, doing like 12 trillion Sim Kids songs. So we're like doing so many songs and we only have so many hours too. So I think that's a big part of the reason why
Every song
it's taking longer than we thought.
Every Sim Kid song she mentioned, that is me making that track.
Yeah.
Luckily, I'm pretty fast, but that.
You're also so good at it.
Thank you.
You really make
Yes.
great in children's tracks and tracks in general, but you really make
you
great
got that
ones.
like orchestral.
That's
thing,
easier.
like,
That's so easy
how does
compared
she
to
know
other
that?
stuff.
Yeah, I'm
Because
like
I used to make tracks in theater.
theater.
I used to make instrumentals for the production and also for people's auditions. So I had to listen to all of these orchestral instrumentals and like find all the instruments in there and then learn the parts. So I learned like kind of what each instrument plays from doing that. So I've been using that in Sim Kids, which is fun.
That makes
But
more
I will
sense.
say, okay, personally for this year, for the band, I'll go first. You get what I'm saying? What do you feel like happened for you personally in the band? For me, this was like this started last year and then this year I like built it up finally. This was like a year of me getting my confidence back because it's kind of crazy. And I don't think anyone no one knows this. No one realized this, but there's a lot of projects we have looked back on with 15 years and I've seen different things and gone like, oh my gosh, that song was from the period of time when I didn't arrange like anything. And I just had Lisa arrange everything because I lost certain times in my life. I've completely lost my confidence. Been like, oh, I can't arrange. That doesn't make any sense. And I just didn't arrange anything. Or I stopped producing stuff for a while. I don't know what year that happened in. That was later, but I stopped producing anything. I stopped making any tracks and I lost my confidence there. And I just lost my confidence. It's so weird. And then Sim Kids was a huge part of getting my confidence back. And then working on the songs we did this year, I feel like I got so much confidence back. And then my mindset, I got so much just confidence in myself, in my mindset of like building my resilience and realizing like, I mean, guys, this is life is just rough, right? This career is tough. Looking back, you just have so many people criticizing you. It is so hard. That is so challenging. You already have that in your own head. Then you have other people outside of you doing it. It is so hard. But we have prevailed, and you have to have thick skin, and you have to be able to say, I don't care about that. I'm not going to listen to that. I'm doing this. You have to have a vision. You have to have thick skin. You have to be able to push through it. It is so hard to have people like tearing you down and saying like critical things, especially I'm thinking of my younger self. I wish I could go back to her and just really build her up. But we did a good job. I will say we did a good job. We didn't let us, I mean, you don't know how many people get taken down by the criticism and they give up or they like edit themselves and like dilute things so much because it's so painful. It is so painful.
It is.
But
Well, and in this industry, it's not even just random people online. It's people in the industry too. People
Oh
that
my
you work with belittle you.
Yeah.
Way too often.
it's everywhere. And I mean, your whole job is to put out stuff for people to have an opinion on and to judge and to like or hate. And they can say whatever they want to you. it's a very challenging career when it comes to that. Like most careers, you don't have that aspect to it at all. So you have to have really thick skin, and you have to decide if you're gonna be the person who can be like, I'm gonna push through this, or if you're like, I can't do this. And we've had to like talk about that a lot and be like, what is it worth it? What are we doing? So I will say, I'll talk about that more later, but I will say that is huge for me. I feel like I finally got my personality back, like my old self that really would push through.
Yes.
Because, it's like you stopped kind of giving like those motivational speeches kind of for a while. And then this year you were like back on that. And I was like,
that was
she's
so
back.
good.
She's back.
I remember that literal
I was like,
moment.
what do we got to be
And
optimistic
you were like,
about?
I'm getting
Life's a
my
nightmare.
edge back. I was like,
It's back.
I love it.
Back. I remember the moment it came back. I was on a walk, and suddenly I had this look in my. This is so dumb, but suddenly I had this look in my eyes that I hadn't, and I knew that I had it. Like I felt it in myself as I was on my walk, and it was like this focused look. And I was like focusing in, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so back.
Yeah, I have to tag it.
Okay, so what for you guys? What was this year? You don't hate. Sorry, I went on for 10 million years. You don't have to do that.
In terms of like our career, I feel like this is one of the biggest changes for me has been kind of finding my voice in the band more. I've realized I've had this very long wound of that wasn't any of your guys' fault. It was literally just getting a lot of like hate comments when I was really young on the
It
internet.
was those psychotic people.
Yeah, and feeling really like
rude people. No one.
yes, like
None of
just wanting to hide. Like that was really the feeling that I've carried for a long time. And I think even in the band, like behind the scenes, I was just kind of like, oh, like they got it. I'll just like, I don't want to like rock the boat. So I was just like they can.
You wouldn't
just, like,
speak up a lot of times. You'd just be like, okay.
Yeah, I was like, oh, whatever. I might have an opinion, but I was like, they're not gonna care about that. But I feel like this year I really started sharing my opinions more, especially with Lauren on like production and like things in the songs and trying to really like
you
trying
and
to feel
Amy
like I have
piped up so much more this year.
Slay.
yeah, I feel like we found our confidence more.
We really together crafted this new vision.
Mhm.
Yes.
And I didn't have much to do with actually coming up with things. I was more like, oh yeah, I like that. Like people were throwing stuff out, and I was like trying to put together, out. And Kath and Amy were throwing out so many things for us that I wouldn't put anything
It
out
was
there.
so good.
Yeah,
I didn't
feel
put
like
a
it's our
darn
time.
thing out
It
there.
is. Yeah,
love it.
no, yeah.
So it was like a year of you like putting your voice out there.
I relate to that. I feel like I did a similar thing. I'm just like a year of like stepping up, stepping out, just like realizing and utilizing my powers to exist and my rights to exist. I'm like, are you where you have rights? I'm like, I have rights.
And
Let's go.
and I feel like we had a very like synchronous type of moment in the second half of this year with coming together for the album.
We were
Yeah.
locked
That
in.
I don't feel like not that we have been so out of sync or something, but like I feel like we haven't been that in sync in
Ever.
literally.
Well, I think we
maybe
also
ever, yeah,
leveled
honestly.
up so
Ever.
much individually and like
yeah,
together.
it felt like everyone's voice was so heard and so like everyone's voice was important. We all came together. It was like instead of like one voice and some backgrounds, it was like we were all just doing this, as they say in the Trolls movie, which my sons love, the perfect family harmony.
Amen.
I kept saying that too when we were doing our like it's like how unique it is when a family all sings at the same time. And obviously that's like a real thing, but like more metaphorically, we all were just blending in this harmony, in sync. That's us. So, yeah.
I feel like it feels like such a blur to me. I can't remember how I felt in the beginning of the year or last year, so I don't exactly know.
Well,
Maybe
what
if you go to like
changed,
the beginning of your camera roll.
but
you
I
can
feel
see.
like it's probably kind of the same thing. You guys are all kind of saying the same thing in different ways of just like
You like came alive more like with your energy and determination.
yes.
Same thing that I did.
Yeah. And I feel like because when I think about this year, so much of it, I felt like I was kind of like on my healing journey, kind of like dancing through life, but not dancing.
Dragging through life.
Yes, dragging myself through life. It's wicked.
Out of the casket.
I know the song. from Wicked, but I don't know the story of Wicked actually.
Well, it has nothing to do
We
with
need to
that.
see it.
was
Okay,
just
oh,
a
then that's
joke.
weird that I know the song and I don't know what you're talking about. Okay.
It's
Okay,
Fiero,
it's
right?
just a joke.
Yes,
It's
it
okay.
is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
But I feel like, yeah, I got my Eye of the Tiger, like you were saying. I think we did the same thing, and I'm like
She's
back on my grind.
We've been kicked down so many times. I mean, everyone, guys, you all have. We've all been kicked down. But like I said, when it's a public career, it is so hard. We have been really kicked down, and we stayed down for a while. We're kind of
We
like,
did.
are we done? I mean, kind of like I was watching again Taylor Swift. Apparently, she was considering like quitting at some point. Was like ready to like tuck
Whoa.
away before she got even
That is crazy.
like more massive than she already was. She was like considering like, am I done? Is this over? Whatever. We're kind of like that where we're like, is this worth it? Do we want to like, can we handle this? Want to put ourselves out there? Like, do we want this? We had to make a decision
We did.
because we were really on the ground for a while.
Yeah.
Finally got it back up.
What a life.
I'm actually, I feel like we say this every year, but I feel like this is the most excited I've been for next year.
Oh,
Yes.
For the music to come out and the new album, like I feel like
Oh,
it's
it's so
really, really close.
I'm
Well,
so
I feel
excited
like
for
we've
this
been
music.
trying to get where we are now for kind of a while. Like
Yeah.
Yes.
The
Honestly, years.
the end
maybe.
of last year, we were kind of like had this idea of like, oh, this is what we're doing, but we didn't quite get there until now.
Yeah.
We didn't
And
have our
the-
vision. We were waiting for the
Yeah.
vision. Nothing
Yeah.
can happen if you don't have the vision. Nothing can happen.
And
And the
that's
end of the year
why-
before last year as well. We were like
Yeah.
on this path. We've been on this path for 2
It's
years
like
at this
we
point.
could feel it was coming, and we
Okay,
kept
Laura,
trying to
you
find
knew
it.
what we needed to do because you kept telling me I need to get in therapy. You're like, you need to get in
Well,
therapy.
that's just like I would tell.
No one else
anyone
told me that.
Okay.
You kept saying that,
I
and then you're
did.
like,
No,
why
I
are you not
felt
ready
strongly
stuff?
about
and
it.
I was the huge roadblock. If I didn't do that, I don't think this would have happened. I was the huge roadblock.
Lauren
Yeah,
told
that's
me to
true.
go back to therapy years ago because she said, Amy, if you're ever going to have a boyfriend, you need to be in therapy. And she was right.
Yeah, that's true because
Lauren
I
sent
feel
us
like
back to therapy.
your energy really is like the whatever that thing is in the boat, the
Oh.
rudder. Is that
Yeah.
what it
I can
is?
find
Where
it.
Yeah,
you
it like guides
turn.
it.
Like
It's a good
as
metaphor.
much as we all have our own
Journeys.
gumption, whatever, it's like if you are like super on fire, your rising tide rises all ships, and your lowering tide lowers all ships more than anyone else. Just
I
because you
know.
have such like a strong
It's a curse and a blessing. and a
aura,
curse.
personality.
If everyone tries to like rise up and then I'm not rising up,
You're
I
like-
can still drag them down, unfortunately. But if I rise up and they're all down in the toilet, I can
will
pull them.
rise.
I can pull them all out of the
We
toilet.
will.
Again.
Wow.
It's true.
Guys, I'm so proud of us.
You know, it's great. We're a great team.
2025, the year of
Guys.
rising
We really fill the
tides.
gaps.
We do. I'm proud
I feel
of us.
like also last thing is we all grew so much in confidence. I don't know if you guys
Yes.
said that, but like
Mhm.
as artists, like even like with like filming and being on camera and putting ourselves out there, we're all so much more confident than we were like a year ago.
I feel like we kind of embraced, I don't know what it would be because we already became women, but it's like we all embraced like being a woman
I feel like
recently.
we've grown up
Yeah. I
so
feel like-
much.
Recently. I don't know exactly
that.
what that is because I'm 34.
I
so
don't know
what
if
that
this is
means.
part of being in your late like 20s and 30s and I guess mid 20s,
Not
like
late
growing
20s.
up. I said mid 20s.
I guess not you. I'm not really talking about you.
But like I feel like
You kinda-
us three have really like risen as women too.
Yeah.
We're in a new stage and we had to like go through that transition and be like, where am I now? Who am I? What am I? What do I sing about? What do I write about? What is someone my age? I mean, because that's a real thing. I've
It
been watching a
is.
lot of interviews and lots of things recently and talking about how ageism is especially was such a huge thing in Hollywood. And it's like you have a specific like vision of a woman that always gets hired by a lot of times a bunch of creeps, TBH, bunch of predators, and they want this really young looking, specific type of looking woman. And once you get to a certain age as an artist, you don't see that many artists unless they're already established, whatever it is. You don't see that many female artists after a certain age, and it's like taboo or it's just not celebrated. It's not funded. Nobody wants it, whatever. But people actually do want it is what people found out because of TikTok. They found out, what do you know? People love seeing people of all ages and all looks and all types singing and creating art. What do you know? The general public
I love it.
is not like the Predator people in
Wouldn't you
charge
know?
in Hollywood. What do you know? So that's kind of ingrained in your head, especially we were in LA and everything.
Yeah.
It's like, as a woman, an artist, you're like, wait, can I? That's so dumb, but it's like, can I sing about that? Can I write a song about that? Is that okay? Is that normal? No, well, I don't really see that many songs about this or any. I don't see women my age doing this, women who look like me doing this, women who, whatever the heck it is, right? There's lots of different things, but ageism has gone down the toilets now with TikTok. So I think we had to come into that. We're out of Hollywood. We're fully out of that. It doesn't matter. All those other superficial things, they don't matter. So now we're like embracing who we are as artists and this like new vision of artists that you have now with the democratization of music with TikTok.
I love it.
This is us now. We've embraced this like new era, and now we're like ready for the new era. We've let go of the old era.
I feel like
you go to your new era.
coming into like such authenticity with this.
Yeah.
Like everything we're doing, like in all of our ideas coming up, it just feels so authentic to where we all are, like as a collective now. Not holding on to the past, not trying this, trying to be that. Like this is just like us.
Yeah, instead of like, what should we be doing or what's okay or what are we allowed to? We just dove in and like let our feelings guide us.
Yeah. And like this is our story.
And my therapist said she thinks that oftentimes the arts are more healing than therapy. So dancing, creating, writing, singing.
Yes.
She said that can be more healing for you because it's like this whole body experience.
Yeah,
and that can
I
be more healing than
experienced
therapy.
Ooh.
And that's
I
kind
have
of
too.
what our music has been. It's been so healing. And we're hoping that other people are going to listen and be like, oh my gosh, this like touched something in me. You sent our brother one of our songs and he cried.
He did cry.
And it wasn't even like so.
It's not even
It was like
it's
so
not
emotional.
a sad song.
But it's very like
It's
meaningful.
Made him feel
about like
something.
family.
meaningful and
Yeah.
nostalgic and sentimental.
And it's about our family, so it's like deep.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's that. So thank you guys for being here with us. I can't wait for you. I cannot wait to show you the new music, which you've already seen some on TikTok. Okay, let's go to our 5 pops. Do we have Lisa? No. We have Lisa's pop for this. So this is from Kath.
Oh. Slay.
Oh, this is what we talked about last year. Do you believe in New Year's resolutions?
What? Do you believe it? Like,
We
Do
did talk
you
about
do
this,
them?
so I guess the question is, has your answer changed?
Duh, I do,
yes,
of course.
I love
I like
resolutions.
them.
Obviously, I love goals.
love
I love
them.
lists.
I don't believe in being like, I am doing nothing about it. But randomly on January 1st, I will change my entire lifestyle because that's my resolution. I don't believe in doing that.
I hate it when people are haters of New Year's resolutions. I hate it.
But
It's
I
fun.
think it's good. Yeah. Like,
It's
okay,
fun.
here's what I want to do.
well, you're so reflective and you have a whole year ahead of you and so much
Why?
can change.
Why would you not take advantage of the fact that everyone has like this reflective moment at the end of the year and they're motivated and excited at the beginning of the year? Why would you not take advantage of that? Hello?
Well, I think
It's
a
like
lot
your
of people
birthday is the same
take it
thing.
very negatively of like, oh, I have to just reflect on everything I did wrong and everything that went wrong and how I'm failing and all
And
this.
then somehow I
Well,
also have to
maybe you
lose
do.
30 pounds at the same time.
But I think also you have to remember, like, I don't know. I think that you need to be balanced and you need to reflect on, okay, what can I have done better and what can I do differently going in, and also celebrate your wins.
Yes.
and all the good things you did. Because I guarantee, if you think about it, there are many good things you did, many wins you had, many milestones. Like, you just have to. It's more about how you look at it.
Yes.
If you're just beating yourself up, it's not going to be fun.
yeah, and
It
like
should be fun.
forgive
Life should be fun.
yourself and make right the things that you failed at.
Well, from a practical standpoint, it's not a good strategy to be super critical and negative.
No.
and
No,
think
you
that's
gotta
gonna
move on, people.
That's not a good strategy.
Tomorrow's
So
a
if you
new
just want to
day.
be practical, don't do that. It's not a good
Yeah.
strategy. So let's look at where we want to be, make some new goals, and then be like, how am I going to do this? And I think it's helpful to look weekly, monthly, quarterly. When you have like too big of a chunk of time, it's harder to get things done. When you look at the week and then you get to the end of the week and go, what did I do this week towards my goals? That's very helpful. You know, it's another helpful thing. When you put a habit tracker, you hang it up on your mirror.
Mm-hmm.
And you use, that's what our dad says mirror, and you use a pen and you check it off, like instead of in your phone. I think it's physically doing that. and you have like your habits of what you want to do, they're going to help you achieve your goals, and you check it.
I'll always remember
Very helpful.
some of my friends, they were a married couple, they were paying off debt. And I remember in their bathroom, they had like, which it was like the bathroom that like the guests used, so everyone could see it. But it was cool. They were like sharing it with their friends that they had like how they were paying off their debt. And they had like a drawing and it was almost like a temperature.
Like the temperature.
They were like filling it up as they got closer to their goal. And I'm like,
that's cool.
Having a visual thing like that is really cool.
And it's cool to be like, yeah, because like no offense, this is year 2024. Basically, everyone's in debt. So
that's
it's
a great
like,
goal to make.
We can't be like pretending like we're not.
And guys, just it doesn't even all have to be serious stuff. Like it's obviously everyone has serious things in their mind, but also just how can you enjoy your life?
Yes.
What can you do next year to enjoy life more and have more fun and just be joyful? Because what's the point of living if you're not enjoying it?
Yes.
So make some goals for that.
Yes.
If you want to have a different year, I would say if you look back at every week, you will have a different year. Every week, if you look back and go, what did I do this week? Where am I? Did I move the needle at all? If you ask yourself if you moved the needle every single week, you will have a very different year than you did if you didn't make much progress. I'm telling you, that is one of the best strategies that I've used for my own goals. It does work. Okay, Lisa's. I will say Lisa's historically been a hater of resolutions, but Lisa's like a goal.
Well, Lisa wrote the New Year's song, which
yes, Lisa wrote our New Year's song, which is roasting New Year's.
New year, new me.
But Lisa is such a goal person, so it's kind of surprising. So let's hear what she said. I'll be surprised if she doesn't hate them.
Okay, I am in my car, so I'm not sure if this is working, but hopefully it's working. I don't know if it's going through the Apple CarPlay.
It's working.
Question number 1. Do I believe in New Year's resolutions? Okay, I don't believe in. It's so weird. It's like, I just feel like something that you choose to do. I guess I'll answer for myself then. Like, obviously some people do them. I don't have a problem with them, although I guess from everyone knowing that I wrote the song New Year, New Me, obviously I don't have the most faith in them. I like more like mid-year resolutions. Because then no one else is doing it, and it really takes away all the outside noise, and you can just focus on your own journey. And then by the time you get to the end of the year, you're like, wow, I made so much progress. Well, everyone else is just starting. So I don't think they're terrible, but I don't think New Year's resolutions are really for me. But I do set an intention for each year and one big goal that I like to accomplish. And I will say I have a really good track record of accomplishing them all so far. So anyway, that's my answer.
Okay.
Slime.
She's like, okay,
that's pretty
I
much what I
can't do
thought.
January, but I could do July.
Because she's like, I want to be, yeah. And that actually makes a lot of sense.
Does not make any sense to me.
It does.
Gotta
to me.
cut out the noise in July.
But okay, go for it.
She's an individual. She's got to be against
Yeah,
the
Lisa
grain.
would be like, I can't do when everyone's doing it. We love that about Lisa. Okay, so moving on to Sister Spotlight. Each week, the spotlight is on a different sister. We have Get Royal with Christina, Sappy or Sassy Thoughts with Kath, Lisa's Corner, Amy's Rants and Raves, Lauren's Take. And this week, the sister is ding! Sappy or Sassy.
Oh, I thought you
Thoughts
pointed at me.
with Kath.
Wow, I haven't done anything sassy in so long.
Is this?
Oh, are we sassy?
No, this is sappy.
Oh, okay.
I'll come back around one day.
I love sassy.
I got too much stuff. I gotta say, I was at a baby shower a couple weeks ago, and I was just flying through the sappiness of writing out one of those like little like I hope this for the baby. And my friends next to me were like, "What are you writing? How are you doing it so quickly?" And I was like, "I was born to be sappy." But anyway, okay,
Your
so
dreams stay big, your worries stay
Stay
small.
I mean, honestly,
You just
yes.
write out an entire song.
You heard all the Rascal Flatts lyrics.
One of my friends was like, it was like, I hope you learn. And I was like, to stand up for what is right. Well, I guess that's not really sappy. And then my friend was like, I just wrote, I hope you learn to dance.
What?
I was like, well, I gotta
I hope you.
My wish for you is that this life
become
becomes all that
all
you
that
wanted
you wanted
to.
to.
your dreams
Oh, I
stay
love that
big, your
song.
worries stay small.
You never need to carry more than you can hold.
Love it.
it.
Okay, so
It's a great song.
wow, I'm getting really emotional about this one,
Oh,
but
my
it's okay.
We're here for Kath.
Gosh!
We're holding space for Divine Gravity
All right,
and you.
everyone hold space.
Okay,
Space.
so this one is inspired by a bike ride.
Ooh.
I took.
Love it.
And the title of my sappy thought is Remember Why You Started, which is something that I've really meditated on over the last 4 years, which the first time I heard someone say that was when I was starting my eating disorder recovery journey. And I really have put a pause on exercise mostly for the last like 4 years. Like just been doing it here and there, but more for like just mental health and trying to focus on it in a positive way. But then this year I was inspired. I haven't shared this with anyone like publicly yet, but I'm like very set that I'm doing it. So I'm like, okay, I'll say it. But I'm going to be doing a triathlon next year. And this was a big win for me because, well, it hopefully will be, just because I'm trying to really reformulate my relationship with exercise and make it something really positive. Movement. I like the word movement better. Just feels a little bit more like, you know, homegrown.
I like it. It's earthy.
Yeah. So I did my first outdoor solo bike ride. I say outdoor because it wasn't like at a gym. And I was so nervous, as I told you guys in the other episode. I was singing Wicked.
Wait, why were you nervous?
Because I was just like, I don't want anyone to see me riding a bike. Like,
Oh,
I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I was like, I'm on the road with cars. And I literally had to watch
give
like
yourself more credit.
a traffic. Yeah,
You know
I
what you're
watched like a
doing.
traffic safety video because I was like, what if like a car hits me? Like,
Oh my god.
I mean, someone. Yeah. Anyway, that had just happened in my town recently.
Oh,
so I was
yes,
really,
I saw that.
I was really nervous. Yeah. But anyway, more than that, it was more symbolic. It was just like being seen and
Putting yourself out there.
yeah.
I get that.
And I had such resistance to starting. Like I was doing like these at-home core workouts, but I really didn't want to like go out and like be in the world and like on my bike or swimming or whatever. Like, and I just was like, I just wanted to hide, kind of like that, you know, that kind of wound that I talked about. So I wanted to share this little poem that I wrote. Oh, and it's kind of, I wrote this. It's kind of honestly related to our song "If You Knew Me Then," where one of the lines in our, which is a song you guys don't really know yet, but there's pieces of it on TikTok. But there's a line that I wrote that was like, I like to think if you saw me now, you'd be proud. It's really about like your younger self. I also feel like I'm hormonal from my weaning process. So sorry guys, I'm a little extra emotional.
Don't apologize.
Yeah. We're
But
holding
feeling
space
is
for
healing.
you.
I wrote this it was like the night, I think I had just gotten back from the grocery store and I had done the bike ride that day. And I was just feeling all these emotions. Like I literally cried when I got home. And I was just thinking about how scared I was to do like a triathlon because I've never done anything that like hard before. But it was, which I haven't even done it yet. But I'm like, the hardest thing is actually like really like facing myself and like sticking with this thing. And also like these wounds of feeling like as a kid, like I felt like I was like a quitter. And I want to like do something and see it through all the way to the end. But then like doing something where you have to like show up and be seen is really hard.
Yeah.
So this is the little poem that I wrote for myself. And I was really just thinking about like the little girl version of me, like watching me train for this triathlon. Remember why you started. Brave little girl. I know you don't see it, but you have so much inside you. You have so much more inside you. You gave up before you ever began, ashamed, intimidated. Maybe someone else said something untrue that stuck with you all these years. Precious girl, you are made of fire and grit. You've walked through the flames. You've slept through storms. You had to. You survived against all odds. I'm so proud of you. You can do this. Brave little girl. Remember why you started.
Oh, Kat, that's so good.
Wow. Glad you like it. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Remember why you started.
Slay.
Powerful,
No, I'm
Kath.
proud.
Thank
I
you.
love it.
Thank you. That's all.
So proud.
Thank you for
Well, that was
sharing.
a real Sappy Thoughts with Kat. You go on a bike ride and you write a whole poem.
I
That
love
is
it.
you in a nutshell.
I love it.
We love
Thank
it.
you. It's all it's about the symbolism, you know.
Yeah.
What the bike
That's an
represents.
artist.
Yeah, that is a true
You
artist.
are an artist. You are an artist.
Thank you.
I
love
would never
it.
do that. I am not an artist. She's an artist.
Well, I feel like that's like the definition of being a writer is like seeing those things in those like very ordinary moments where some person sees like just like a bike ride or something ordinary, like you see the meaning behind it or like the symbolism.
Love it.
So,
I
which
wish
I feel
that
like
was
you
me.
do that too.
I wish
Just in
that was
different
me.
ways.
I'm just like, oh, efficiency, but I wish I had that one. But, no, we can't all have everything. Okay,
Yeah.
well, that was great. We love it.
We love it.
Seems like a good song.
I was gonna say.
Maybe that could be for one of our songs. You never know.
Actually, that Remember Why You Started, that was actually a really big theme for me this year for the band. Because I went
Ooh.
all the way back to my original inspiration, and that changed the whole year for me. Of which my original inspiration was trying to, but that people think that's annoying now, I think. But wanting to be a role model for the girls who were just like me, the teenagers. When I was a teenager, the teenagers who were just like me, who didn't feel like they had a role model, which is how I felt. I wanted to be that for the people who were just like me and were looking for someone. That's what I wanted to be. Thinking about that, just what you said. Remember why you started, and that changed the year for me, and like made me think about it now. I'm like, oh, the women who are looking for exactly what I've been looking for. Why don't we be that? Write that, what they need, write what they're looking for, be who they're looking for, because you are that person now.
Yeah, I feel like that's something everyone should write on their like bathroom. Like remember why
Yeah.
you started, or anything you're trying to do in your life. Just, like,
Love
very
it.
applicable.
You need to have a reason. You need to have purpose behind what you're doing.
Slay.
Major key of life.
Major key.
All right, guys. Major key. This is the end of the episode. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
We will see you in January 15th, in the middle of January, when it's a brand fresh. Remember in 2019, everyone's like, 2020 is gonna be our year. They're like, so excited because the number 2020 was so cool. Everyone was so excited, like, this is gonna be the best year ever.
And then 2020 ended up being toilet paper rolls on the zeros.
No one could have seen that coming. Now everyone's scared to say that going into a year. But collectively, the entire world has been through that together. So we're like,
We're stronger.
we're
for
so
it,
much
guys.
better now. Now we've been through something as an entire world. Okay.
Yeah.
So we've seen things. We've all seen things. Okay.
We
we're good.
have.
All right, guys. We'll see you next year.
Bye.
Bye.
You've been listening to the Cimorelli podcast. Follow Cimorelli on Spotify and subscribe on YouTube. You can also find Cimorelli on Facebook and Instagram.